Welcome to the One Life Podcast with Behka White. This is episode 86, Creating Our State of Being. Hello again, Creator. During this month of creation, we have talked about creating our best life by addressing the things that we don't love, celebrating the things that we do, and what happiness is and is not. Up today, we're talking about creating our state of being. So let's begin by defining our being. We have discussed our divine identity in the past, so today I will just summarize 3 truths. Number 1, you are a child of God who loves you unconditionally. Number 2, as a child of divinity, you have infinite worth. Number 3, nothing that happens to you and nothing you do can change your worth. At your core, this is who you are. If you remove your outward appearance, your accomplishments, your failures, your job, all of the things, at your very core, you are divine. You are loved. You are whole. All parts of you are welcome here. This is your being and your soul. This is who you really are. And this is who everyone is. Now, even though each human being is divine, we do not live in a world of divinity. There is opposition in all things, and many human experiences invite us to react in ways contrary to our divinity. So, is there a way to live above the suffering of mortality? Well, yes and no. Mortality is really the university of learn by experience. No one is immune to the difficulty and challenges of life that will cause suffering. However, living in our divinity removes the suffering we cause ourselves when reacting poorly to life. So here is a little story. It's called The 2 Wolves. You've probably heard it before, but it's worth repeating here. One evening, an old Cherokee told his grandson about a battle that goes on inside of people. He said, "My son, the battle is between 2 wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, envy, jealousy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment, inferiority, lies, false pride, superiority, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, benevolence, empathy, generosity, truth, compassion, and faith." The grandson thought about it for a minute, and then he asked his grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old Cherokee simply replied, "The one you feed." Here is where our power to create our state of being is found. It is found in our choice of which wolf we feed each day, each hour, each minute. And so, just like everything, accessing our divine self takes practice. There are many spiritual practices found in formal religions that access the divine, like worshiping together, singing, the sacraments, and there are also individual personal spiritual practices like reading scripture, praying, meditation, journaling, breath work. It is stillness. That connection happens in stillness. Here is an important truth. When we are connected to our divinity, we are also connected to our higher power. This is a sacred place. In this space of connection is where we choose our state of being. If we can start each day connected, we can set an intention for the day by asking ourselves, how do I want to show up today? Or when we have a crucial conversation, it's the same question. Taking a moment to connect, and then, how do I want to show up to this conversation? It's always the same question. How do I want to show up? And then we practice. When we get off course, we give ourselves grace, get back on course, and by 3 deep breaths in and out is the quickest way to put our body and mind back in touch with our spirit. And then we try again. So here's the last thought for today. Happiness. Living a happy life is not freedom from hardship or only feeling positive emotions. If life were really sunshine and roses all the time, it would also be superficial and, quite honestly, boring. For me, happiness is connection to my divinity, to my God, to my family, and to the world. For me, this is living my best life. Do you feel the same? What is your definition of happiness? What is living your best life? That's all for today. Until next time, keep living your best life.